really is the result of that tornado, as the roof has just been blown off. The side of this wall has just been crushed in. You can see the water line just now gushing out water across this property. This is quite the sight to see. I did speak to some folks just standing around here. Apparently the workers, they just closed right before the strong winds moved through, and they just made it to the basement 60 seconds, they say, right before everything started crumbling down. This is the area of Woodland Street right now, just within the 5 Points area, where we have fire crews just now traveling everywhere. I just want to make sure throughout the area, just getting past this. Even me, who live just north of 5 Points, just getting to the station was a difficult task to do. But my photojournalist, Jimmy Farmer, he says he couldn't help but notice the condo right across the street with the windows just blown out right now, and nearby this condo, and we're going to get to that part, down trees, which makes it hard to move around here, so difficult. But again, we just want to show you Basement East right now here on Woodland Street. It's amazing, and unfortunately we're meeting the folks who worked here under these circumstances. But this popular music venue, just really the backdrop of the lightning that you see there still, has smashed in and just crumbled through, and folks who are just making their way right now, clearly shocked about what they are seeing here. Right now, we haven't heard of
that are dealing with this thing have cleared the roads and called the all clear for everyone to come on by. That's probably the best bet, because it's going to be a mess and really hold up a lot of people in the morning. So please be understanding of that and stay away all you can. Baxter, Center Grove. So we've got probably some hail in this, probably some hail back toward Bellwood. And then that storm that Melanie showed you back toward Henderson, Lexington, that sort of thing, West Tennessee, that may have 2 to 3 inch diameter hail, because we've gotten some reports tonight of 3 inch diameter hail when we saw little pockets of black. It looks like we see just the purple stuff here. So 1 inch diameter hail, but there's still huge hail out there tonight. And because of that, we've got a bunch of severe
really see it out there. It's just passing over Lexington into Parsons, and let's put a just for the fun of it, let's put a little storm threat on there, and hail 1.5 inch there, and a little bit lesser as it gets close, especially out there in West Tennessee.
Yep, so moving into, so this is Decatur County. So Decatur County is getting some rain. You're going to get some hail.
Tornado warning right now doesn't mean the storm isn't dangerous. A severe thunderstorm warning is certainly nothing to, turn up your nose at. It's definitely dangerous, especially when we're talking about hail this big. I mean, this is, I'd say, bigger than a golf ball, what we're looking at right now. I mean, a little bit closer to tennis ball sized hail from Charlotte. April sent in that photo. Dana sent in this one. Look at all of that hail. I mean, these are just a few of the photos we've gotten over the last couple of hours. So just something to keep in mind, folks. Just because there's no tornado on the ground doesn't mean that the storm isn't dangerous. Hail is a threat. Very gusty winds are a threat. Definitely. I didn't hear you too well. Oh, Brent's outside right now? All right.
Spring Street right here. You can see a lot of power lines down, a lot of damage. We're right next to Top Golf, and you can see they've got the bridge actually shut down. The Knights Inn taking a lot of damage, and this U-Haul factory or building looks like it has been demolished. You can see the trailers actually overturned on their sides. A lot of people coming out of their hotel or the motel, the Knights Inn. You can take a look, Jerry, up on the 2nd or 3rd floor. There looks like they might be searching through there to make sure everyone's okay. This is a lot of damage here, a lot of debris. We can't really get much further than this. As mentioned, there are a lot of downed power lines. But again, Spring Street right here. Take a look off to the left, and you can see where we were just west, where there are 2 overturned FedEx semis. There's a car also that was damaged. We did manage to speak with the drivers of those cars. They said, or those semis, excuse me. They said that they are okay. They are lucky to be alive. They said they saw the wind just blow through and push them off the interstate. Back here to Spring Street, though, a lot of emergency personnel out here. Jerry, if we could zoom in, you can see we've seen a few families with bags and flashlights kind of walking out from across this bridge here, and still a lot of damage. So I'm going to gather our thoughts here, but once we do, we will give you some more damage updates. But again, off to the right here, Jerry, you can see some more residents maybe walking across the bridge from German.
Here. I know a lot of emergency crews are working in the downtown area right now, responding at this point, and I think folks are being urged just to stay away from these damaged sites right now. Fortunately, back here in the studio, no reports of any injuries, but of course this is very preliminary. I can tell you from experiencing the 98 situation where tornado hit Nashville. Just to our disbelief, we're going through a similar long-term severe weather event. And when you look at the radar and what Danielle is tracking out near Camden, this is going to be a long morning for most of us. But there are numerous power outages right now. We understand that. It's clear that this, as we get some light on this in a few hours from now, we are going to have a widespread path of damage, really from the west side of town all the way possibly out as far as Mount Juliet, and even beyond that. We're tracking a possible tornado on the ground now with severe thunderstorms off to our west. Brent, I want to ask you about the interstate. As far as you could see, everyone was okay?
We spoke to said that they are okay. The other driver involved said he was okay as well. One of those semis said that he was lifted up off of I-24 and actually shot out into that big median area there just off the Jefferson exit. If you're familiar with that area, a big open space. He said he didn't know what was going to happen. His vehicle left there. He walked up and said he's thankful to be alive. So that's the good news here. I do want to show you the damage here. We've gotten a little bit closer to the U-Haul. This looks like a bomb went off in this area here. This is right next to the Knights Inn, right on Spring Street, as we mentioned. The gas station torn up pretty bad. And what you're looking at, this was a building. This is completely demolished. There is shattered glass. There are U-Hauls on their sides. And a second ago, we actually saw a piece of the traffic light that had been ripped off. You can almost see the path from where this storm moved through. And again, just, I mean, look at this. This is all debris. This looks like part of the back of a U-Haul that maybe would have held the lift gate there, and scooters. So this is a lot of damage, and we've only seen a small portion of this at this time. We are going to keep on moving around, but again, you got to think that there are a lot of people out here trying to get through this, and